Audio Jungle.
Good afternoon. On the national news this hour from BGI Television. First, the headlines. President Tinubu scraps EFCC, ICPC, NCDC, NCC, NTA, several others. FG secures order to try Miyetti Allah leader for fluffing illegal vigilante. Rally goes on, NLC says after last-minute talks with FG. Builders seek alternative as cement price soars. Don't bring your protest to Igbo land or amnesic youth to NLC. On sports, Super Falcons beat Cameroon through to final round. I am Morire Ravila Lawal, the news in detail. President Tinubu has ordered the immediate scrapping of many agencies in full implementation of the Orosai report. President Bola Tinubu on Monday, February 26, ordered the implementation of the Stephen Orosai panel's report on the reform of the civil service. In this respect, information recalls that the recommendations of the committee as regards the abolition, reduction, merger, and revision of some MDAs. Information also understands that a lot has been said about Steve Orosai's report. The civil service plays a vital role in the formulation, implementation, monitoring and evaluation, as well as the sustenance of government's objectives and goals. Over the years, several committees have been set up by successive administration towards reducing the number of federal government ministries, departments, and agencies, MDAs, but to no avail. A lot too has been said about the report on the 2014 National Conference, but not much has been said on the 1999 Ahmed George's report on streamlining and rationalization of poverty alleviation institutions and agencies. Ahmed George's report is equally as important as Steve Orosai's report. A federal high court in Abuja has directed the federal government to file charges against the leader of Miyetti Allah Kaute Aure, Bello Bodijo, within 7 days. Justice Inyang Ekpo on Thursday gave the order after the end of previous order granting the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, permission to remand Bodijo for 15 days in the custody of the National Intelligence Agency, NIA. The AGF had sought the remand order in a motion experte marked filed on February 5th by the Director of Public Prosecution, Mohammed Abubakar. The motion requested Bodijo's remand pending the conclusion of the investigation and his arraignment in court. Bodijo was arrested on January 23 at Miyetti Allah's office in Karu, local government area of Misra State, following the unveiling of a vigilante group by the Fulani Socio-Cultural Organization. Moving on to the next story, a late meeting between the federal government and the organized labor on Monday night at the State House in Abuja ended in a stalemate. The rally goes on and it is part of our constitutional responsibility to ensure that the rally is peaceful, said the President of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, Joe Ajaero, after the meeting with government representative at the eve of the protest. The meeting, hosted by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, was not open to the media. Those in attendance at the meeting include the Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi, Minister of Labour, Agriculture and Finance, Budget and Planning, and the Head of Service of the Federation. The two labour centers in the country were also in attendance. The NLC delegation was led by its National President, Joe Ajaero, while Festus Osifo led the delegation of the Trade Union Congress, TUC. Cement is a major commodity in building. However, the recent surge in its price has thrown many Nigerians into a shock, leading to a plethora of abandoned projects. At the moment, the commodity sells between 10,000 naira and 13,000 naira, depending on the path of the country, despite assurances by manufacturers to peg the price at between 7,000 and 8,000. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Ahmed Dengiwa, who issued a threat on Tuesday during a meeting with cement and building materials manufacturers, said, honestly speaking, we have to sit there and look at this critically and know how you should go back and think of it. The government stopped the importation of cement in order to empower you to produce more and sell cheaper. Otherwise, the government can open the borders for mass importation of cement and the price will crash. But you will have no business to do. Speaking, the president of the Nigerian Institute of Architects, NIA, Mobolaji Adeniyi, noted that the ripple effect which the increases in the prices of cement have triggered all professionals in the building and construction sector to go back to the drawing board and look for alternatives. Moving to the next story, the youth wing of Apex Igbo Socio-Cultural Organization, Ohanes Ndibo, has cautioned the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC against staging any form of protest in Igbo land. It could be recalled that the NLC had scheduled nationwide protests to hold across the country on February 27 and 28 over the hardship being experienced in the country. However, in a statement made available to journalists on Monday by the national president of Ohanes Ndibo Youth Council Worldwide, Mazi Oku Nnabuke, he said the NLC protests will not hold anywhere in Igbo land. From the east to the southwest, the residents of Orile-Imo Obafemi local government of Ogun State have raised alarm over influx of Fulanis into their community, saying they are suspecting them to be kidnappers. They said that such migration was unacceptable. It was gathered that the Fulanis brought in 11 armored buses and were also seen with big dogs and cutlasses. The residents cried out to the governor of the state, Prince Dapo Abiodun, to come to their aid, saying that the Fulanis are suspected kidnappers. The youth leader of Orile-Imo, Chief Olorunsogo Jimoh, who disclosed this to newsmen, revealed that the Fulanis have been going on to all the villages in the community to allay fears on the people. Chief Olorunsogo said these has created fears in the mind of people in the community, where many of them cannot sleep with their two eyes anymore. Still in the southwest, the leader of the pan-Yoruba socio-political organization PARUBED, Fasoranti, has sent a message to all the Yorubas over the planned National Labour Congress (NLC) nationwide protests slated for 27-28 on February 2014. I beg your pardon, 2024. Fasoranti appealed to Yorubas against participating in any protest or rally. Earlier, the NLC announced plans to embark on a 2-day strike to protest hardship currently being faced by Nigerians following the dramatic hike in the process of goods and services due to removal of fuel subsidy and the free fall of Naira, among others. Angry Nigerians have since protested in Niger, Oyo, and Osun, among other states, asking the federal government to take decisive steps to bring the hardship to an end. And the final story is sports. The Super Falcons of Nigeria are through to the final round of the qualifiers of 2024 Paris Olympic Games. The Falcons defeated the Indomitable Lions 1-0 at the MKO Abiola Stadium on Monday evening to go through on 1-0 aggregate after a draw in Cameroon last week. Esther Okoronko scored the only goal of the match in the 14th minute. Falcons played Cameroonians in the Paris 2024 Olympic Games in Abuja on Monday, February 24. The Cameroonians ended the game with 10 players for Nganame Ani was shown a red card for a reckless challenge on Chiamaka Nnadozie. Nigeria will face the winner between South Africa and Tanzania for one of the two tickets in April. With the sports story, we've come to the end of today's national news. Before we go, some headlines. President Tinubu scraps EFCC, ICPC, NDDC, NSCC, NTA, several others. FG secures order to try Miyetti Ali leader for flouting illegal vigilante. Rally goes on, NLC says after last minute votes. Builders seek alternative as cement price soars. Don't bring your protest to Igboland, Ohanes Youth tells NLC. On sports, Super Falcons beat Cameroon through to the final round. For update of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is Baba Bagede Imo Television. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access all of our broadcasts on Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. Thank you for watching. I am Muriri Rebila Law.
Audio Jungle.